There we go.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Yo, what's up, Adam?
What's up, kid?
What's going on, people out there?
Yeah.
It's college game day, baby.
Yup. Rivalry day. The game, the big game. You got the Battle of Florida, Battle of Georgia, Battle of Arizona, Battle of Virginia today, Battle of Texas a couple times, Battle of Oklahoma in the big one, Battle of Alabama. Got state battles, in-state battles today. You know what I'm saying? Battle for state supremacy in college football today, y'all. And state supremacy on the line. Battle of state of Kentucky. Battle of state of South Carolina. Just like yesterday, there was battles for the state of North Carolina. Battle for the state of Mississippi on Thursday. Battle of the state of Washington last night. Battle of the state of Oregon today. Another big one in that woke-ass state, Oregon. Woke city. That's going to be the woke classic today. Oregon State at Oregon. The woke classic.
I want to see sources. Show me sources.
Oh, man.
That's racist.
The players have to wear masks on the field.
The world is upside down, my friend.
There's a new variant. We're going to shut the whole season down.
Ugh.
It's from South Africa.
Amazing.
It's called the your mother variant. That's a new variant out there. COVID. Your mother. YUMUTHA. Your mother variant.
So what's going on, man? We got games,
chilling. I got
baby.
games. I got picks for y'all today, and
We got a fight tonight. We got a fight tonight.
We got
Teofimo.
two of them. Two good ones tonight. Play it. And I don't even know who's on the undercard. I don't even care. Let's go.
What do you think's gonna happen in that fight, man?
Teofimo and Kambosos. I think Kambosos is very much overlooked. I remember when he fought Lee Selby. I thought he impressed me. He's got power. He's got size. Teofimo's not going to have really a size advantage on him or much of a power advantage. I think Teofimo's been believing a lot of his own sauce recently. Been taking a lot of his juice in, and I think he's gassed himself up a little bit too much. I think his brain is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's got too much of that cult following around him.
Yeah, he built that up,
Yeah.
and he's been being distracted by Devin Haney too, and Kambosos seems locked in on what's going on in this fight. Like, to me, Kambosos is ready for this fight. He's been straight line locked in, where Teofimo has been over here and over there and up here and down here. I don't know how much focus he has for Kambosos today. I think it's going to be a really interesting fight. And I think Kambosos is going to pull the upset. I'm calling it right now. I've been saying it for 4 months. I'm not backing down.
Oh,
now.
shit.
I also think Teofimo won too many fights at 135. I think he's weight drained. Even Ness from the Boxing Voice was saying it yesterday, too. He looked, that Teofimo looked weight drained. When I was watching, big shout to Ness and the Boxing Voice out there. It's a good show for boxing. Yeah, so he said that too, and I've been saying that for months. Because I remember when Teofimo 2 years ago was talking about, after the Lomachenko fight, I'm moving up. And that was when the Lomachenko fight was supposed to be earlier than when it was. When it was supposed to be 6 months earlier than when they had it. So he's been having issues with this weight for 2 years already. I remember he was struggling to make weight for the Comey fight when he fought Richard Comey. So, I don't know. I think Teofimo's got a lot going on. I think it's going to be a rough fight for him with Kambosos, who's got some power and some speed. He's no slouch, this guy. So I think that's going to be. I'm very much looking forward to this fight, Teofimo and Kambosos. Also tonight, unification on Showtime. Brandon Figueroa against Stephen Fulton for the WBO, WBC Super Bantamweight titles are on the line. Figueroa he's Omar Figueroa's little brother. Who's a welterweight, it's decent welterweight, but he's definitely the star of the family. Besides the sister, of course, if you've seen her. Well, if y'all know the backstory on the Figueroa sister. But Figueroa is a come forward, relentless, volume punching pressure fighter who's very hard to fight, and it seems like he just doesn't stop coming at you. Stephen Fulton is a very slick, skilled, defensive style fighter who's got some pop and some he's an explosive, he's an athletic cat. So he's going to try to fight that outside the range type of fight and try to slow Figueroa's bullyishness down, his come forward kind of Mexican style, in your face style. But it's going to be an interesting test of wills, that fight tonight. That's a really good matchup, and that's for 2 belts at 122. Of course, Teofimo's defending the WBO, Super WBA, and the IBF lightweight titles in his fight against Kambosos. He's also the WBC franchise champion as well. So I don't know what the franchise deal is now, but to me, he's really undisputed. Because Lomachenko had 3 belts. Teofimo was the IBF when they fought. That was for 4 belts. I know they had the whole franchise thing, but Loma had 3 belts in the ring, legit. And plus, he wasn't going to Devin Haney wasn't Lomachenko's next mandatory anyways either when that whole franchise thing happened. They had just fought for the WBC, so Loma did not have to fight Haney next, contrary to what a lot of these fake boxing fans and these biased boxing pundits trying to tell you, that Loma was going to fight Haney next and he just dropped the belt. No, that was not the case. There was going to be a unification and a mandatory against the WBO. So Devin Haney was waiting. He was going to fight Luke Campbell next, or
Uncle Luke.
Yeah, or what's his name? The guy that Jojo Diaz beat. I forget his name, from Nicaragua or something like that. Oh, Javier Fortuna. So, speaking of that, Devin Haney's fighting Jojo Diaz next week. That's an interesting fight too. I think Jojo Diaz could beat him too. I think Devin Haney is wildly overrated out here in these streets. He's talented, but he has done nothing for the type of respect and hype that he gets. It's like, because you beat Linares, the old fading Linares, and in the last 3 rounds he had you hurt and looking wobbly and hanging on for dear life in that fight. So I don't know what this Devin Haney, everybody's ducking Devin Haney nonsense that's been going on around the internet and through these people is like absolutely ridiculous. One more round and Linares might have finished Haney. He might have been laid out, stretched out. Y'all saw that fight. Tell me I'm lying. All right, now. We live, right, player?
Yeah, we're live.
Let's go, bro. So you ready for these picks?
I just put the link on the Facebook. I tagged you, so hopefully we'll get some people to join us. If not, you watch the recording.
Send it to me, and I want to put it on. Okay,
I texted it to you.
You did you? Okay, I'm gonna put it right in this. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put it in this.
Do it live.
Facebook group.
I'll write it, and we'll do it live.
And it's to these college football heads, because we're about to get into these picks real quick.
Yes, sir.
Just to let y'all know, before these games start, I got Rutgers +1 over Maryland. Okay? I just like Craig Schiano as the coach over Maryland's coach. I'm going with coaching here, and Rutgers is better defensively. So I'm going with Rutgers. I have Boston College +6 over Wake Forest at home. Wake Forest is struggling. They haven't been running the football well. They haven't been playing defense well. And Hartman's just been throwing to 2 guys. Jerkovic is back for Boston College. They got a defense. They could run the ball with Harwo or Darwo, whatever his name is. I'm going with the Eagles to +6 and to win outright against Wake Forest, because I know those games might have kicked off. And I like the under in the Florida State game. I believe it was 59, 58 or something like that. I'm going with the under. And because those teams just aren't good enough offensively for me to believe in any of those quarterbacks, Travis or Emory Jones. Anthony, those are 2 quarterbacks that can run a little bit, but they can't really throw. They're like inconsistent. There's a lot of speed on defense you got to remember in the Florida State game as well. So I'm going with that, and I'm going the under there. And then we got a really dope game. Army against Liberty. Will the Army stand for Liberty, or will the Army defy Liberty? Or will they go? And what do you think our Army is going to do against Liberty?
I think our Army is going to
just in life-wise.
In life?
Yeah,
life-wise.
No. What game? The game is real life.
I think
the game is symbolic of what's going to happen in the next 2 years in this country. That's
Very
why they got
true,
Army
very true.
playing Liberty.
So at the end of the day, I think the Army is gonna, they're gonna do what they're supposed to do and protect the sovereignty of our people.
And they're going to lay down for Liberty.
Lay down for liberty.
And Liberty's going to beat Army. Or they're going to join Army. So
Well, they're not
going to
lay down. I wouldn't say they lay down. They're not going to lay their guns down. Mm-hmm. Or lay their, their convictions down.
Okay.
I think there will be an uprising. People are sick of this shit.
Yeah, right?
New variants coming. They're going to further lock us down.
There's a new variant. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm so hyped.
Aren't you hyped?
Yeah. I love when there's a genetically modified microorganism comes out
Very interesting.
from the vaccine. But go ahead.
Very interesting. A little off topic from sports, but I was on the Long Island Railroad yesterday.
Okay.
And on my way back, I saw this really huge advertisement, and they had like 7 of them on the platform. It was all over the platform.
Oh,
It was a picture of Woody Harrelson and the cast from Zombieland. And it said something about being prepared, and it had a .gov address under it.
Dude.
And I'm like, why are they zombie apocalypse?
Dude, remember I showed you the thing?
You told me about this months ago, that there's like some kind of...
On the CDC website, you go on the CDC website and you type in zombie preparedness, and there's been an article there for like a year, like telling you to prepare and kind of like gesturing like it's funny and they don't really mean zombies, but like not denying zombieism at all. And when these websites, you gotta understand, these are government institutional websites that are occultic. So when they tell you zombie, to me, they mean zombie. They ain't fucking with you. They telling you what's up. You believe it or not. And a lot of people won't understand what a zombie is. They think it's some like commercial, like some movie-ish, some movie-ish kind of like, and it's gonna look a certain way. You could look I think you could look perfectly normal and human normal and be a zombie. Like a real zombie.
Up here.
Yeah, with stuff, with some like metal type of shit they have out now. And, they're doing a lot of shit, bro.
It's fucking crazy. Let's hope Army does the right thing. Well, who do you like in that game? I know you like Liberty.
I like over. I like the over. I like over 52 it was in the Army Liberty game today.
Gonna be a gunslinger?
Yeah, I think that it's because the same as the Wake Forest Army game where it turned into a shootout. I could see that today with the Liberty game. Liberty's got a good quarterback. They can put up points, and Army will put up points on you because, Liberty's not really playing for anything in this game. They're at home. They're at home, but it's tough to stop that triple option of Army, man. Yeah, I'm just putting it in this live.
Putting in a little bet?
No.
The link in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some people up here. Hold on. While you do that, I'm going to go grab my coffee.
Go ahead. Do it here. Yeah, bro, I'm putting a link up in these bitches. The fuck? The fuck, man? What the fuck, man?
What the fuck?
Guys, Facebook is tricky, man.
Facebook.
The metaverse is tricky, man.
Dude, everything is going to go towards this metaverse. It'll all be VR.
Yeah. My friend on FB was talking about VR yesterday. He's sitting with something called, I forgot what it's called. It was through Facebook called Inoculus or something like that.
What?
And he did a VR.
The Oculus. That's a VR. That's a VR thing.
Yeah.
That Oculus is actually fucking cool, man. I played.
Is it?
I played some Batman game on that in VR. Amazing experience. It kind of threw me for a loop though. I got a little motion sickness from it, but
you did?
Yeah.
That VR, right?
It's soft, son.
Were you?
Yeah.
No, he said the same thing.
Dizzy.
He said the same thing, bro. He said that it got him dizzy too.
Yeah, because it fucks with your equilibrium. You think you're moving and you're not. You're in one place, so it gets you a little wobbly.
Let me give y'all this other pick too. I'm taking Michigan today, +7. That's it. Defense got a better secondary than Michigan State, and Michigan's just been finding ways to just play well. Like they find offense. They're not like Iowa that needs to win off special teams. They actually are finding offense, whether it's those 2 running backs or some passes that McNamara is going to make. They're finding offense, Michigan. So I'm going with the I got to look into the camera. I've been looking down a lot. Here we go.
Yeah, good. Talk to him. Talk to him, man.
Yes, I'm talking to y'all. Michigan's going to find a way to stay in that game. And this is a tough Ohio State team. They've got 3 really good receivers. They got 2 good backs. The quarterback knows what he's doing. He's a smart kid. younger kid, but he's getting better as the season goes along, C.J. Stroud. Obviously, Ohio State's always got a tremendous offensive line. So they're a blue blood. They get the top of the top in recruiting. So they recruit the best in the Big Ten. Michigan probably second, but I think Michigan's got a shot today. Now, could it be 52-30 Ohio State again or some 41-17? Yeah. But I don't think so. I think that if Ohio State wins, I think they're going to win in the last couple of minutes. I think it'll be down to the wire. I think Michigan's got good corners and good secondary play in general, so they can hang with the three-headed monster of Ohio State. Their three receivers, and Olave, Garrett Wilson, and Smith Najiba. Those dudes are nice. For real, for real. 3 NFL first-round picks, most likely, a receiver they have right now. So definitely Olave and Garrett Wilson this spring in the 2022 NFL draft. And then probably Smith and Najiba after that, next year, the year after. But yeah, Olave's a stud to me. I love him. I think he might, for me, Olave's a top 10 prospect in the draft.
Yeah.
Period.
He's coming out after this year?
Yeah. And so is Will. I don't like Wilson as much, but I kind of do. Like, Wilson's interesting to me, but I think Olave's just dead like in that Torrey Holt, Marvin Harrison type of Cooper Kupp type of just high IQ, just get open, smart, tactician running routes type of dude. And he's smooth in the open field, subtle cuts. It reminds me of like Tony Parker of a football player. If Tony Parker played football, he'd be Chris Olave type. It doesn't seem like he's doing anything that amazing, but the outcome comes out beautiful. And he knows how to play the sideline. He the sidelines, he can get close to the sideline and smooth cuts that it's not exaggerated cut. He's just a smooth cut, but he's gone. Like
water almost.
Yeah,
right?
Their receiving core is dead ass nice, Ohio State. I can't front. The defense ain't that great. That's why Michigan's got to run the football today. So I'm taking Michigan.
What's going on over here?
Look, Michigan's about to score, God. They're driving a little bit. The game started. Anyways, yeah, so Michigan we had there. Who else? I didn't take the Georgia Tech game. This is a Florida State. Like I said, we got the under. We got Rutgers over Maryland. We got BC over Wake Forest, and we got over in the Liberty Army game. And then the later games, I got Oregon State +7 at Oregon. Going with the underdog specials today. Oregon State playing well late. I kind of knew Oregon was going to get smashed. I told y'all last week, if y'all looked at the picks last week, that Utah was going to bust Oregon, and they did, which I expected. I think Oregon could be reeling. I could see Oregon State going into Eugene and pulling a big upset in the Civil War today, because that's what their game's called.
It's called the Civil War.
Yeah, in the Civil War.
Dope. That's dope.
Last night was the Apple Cup between Washington and Washington State.
What was the one we were watching? We were watching...
the Egg Bowl?
The Egg Bowl.
Ole Miss and Mississippi State. You already know, dog. We out here. The Rebels, baby. Lane Kiff in the building. All day.
Whose jersey is this?
Deuce McAllister,
Deuce.
baby. The Deuce, baby, is loose. New Orleans Saints. Let's go. The Deuce, baby. Yeah, it's an old school Nike throwback Deuce.
Yo, the Saints got pretty banged up from the Bills the other day.
The Saints have been reeling, like I kind of had predicted. They don't have weapons offensively. And now that Kamara's hurt, they can't win. Kamara's missed 3 games. They lost all 3. It's almost like he quit on the season. I don't want to say that, but it kind of feels like Michael Thomas with whole shenanigans with him. And then now with Kamara, it seemed like they're just kind of like, fuck it. We're not going nowhere this year. I'm not playing type of thing. That's crazy. I think the Saints next week should need to start Taysom Hill ASAP in the next game. If they want to save their season, because they can still make the playoffs, they got to start Taysom Hill. You know, all that bullshit, all that hate that he was getting because he was going against Jameis Winston for the starting quarterback. Taysom Hill's going to win games. Put him back in. Because he gives you he makes your running game so good, at least. But yeah, passing is not going to be great for the Saints because they don't have the receivers for it. But they're going to be able to run the ball really well with Taysom Hill and whoever the running back is. So... Oh, yeah, so we got Oregon to +7 Oregon State +7 at Oregon and the money line. And then I got Minnesota +7 at home against Wisconsin. Row your boat. I think this game's for an axe, and you went axe throwing yesterday.
Yeah.
The Wisconsin-Minnesota game is always for some axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Nebraska-Iowa was also for axes. The Wisconsin-Minnesota's for an axe, though. A punishing axe. I think it's a Paul Bunyan axe trophy game.
Is it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is going to be a great day today, man.
Yeah. We're playing for the axe, bruh. Notre Dame and Stanford are playing for some shit too tonight. That's another rivalry game. I don't even know what they're playing for. Probably some I don't know, institutional for like a Jesuit priest or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
The Black Pope is in.
Yeah, something like that.
Black Pope's on the field calling offensive fouls.
Hold on. I want to look up the trophy games. All right, so another game. Got Minnesota +7 against Wisconsin. I got Oregon State also later on as well. Let's get back for real out here and give them what they want. Let's look at the games. Okay, let's go to. Here we go. Oh yeah, undefeated Texas San Antonio, aka UTSA, 8.5 against North Texas. We're going for the team going for undefeated. That's right. North Texas needs to win to become bowl eligible, but I don't see them getting it today. I think Frank Harris and the Roadrunners of Texas San Antonio will go 12-0, and let's make a push for them to make the playoffs undefeated. Headed to the Conference USA Championship. You know, let's give more respect to undefeated. How about we push for UTSA to be in the playoffs if they go undefeated? Win today and win the conference, and they go 13-0. I know they're ranked I don't give a shit where they're ranked. Put them in the playoffs.
Yeah, hell yeah. If you go undefeated, bro.
Playoffs.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, stop. I don't care who they played. You're going to tell me they played, I understand UTSA. They play in even much lesser conference than Cincinnati. So, but still, undefeated. Props to, let's give some respect. Put some respect on Texas San Antonio's name. They beat Illinois on the road, too. Put some respect on their name. 11-0, going for 12-0 today. I'm taking them minus 8.5. Let's go to Hawaii at Wyoming. I told y'all the Cowboys were going to win last week against Utah State. Had that game. They were going to take them again today. The Wyoming Cowboys got Hawaii coming in to the cold. Wyoming played really good last week. I think Wyoming's got a good team. They're laying 12 at home against Hawaii, coming into the cold, coming into different time zones. Wyoming's going to smash them. I'm looking for Wyoming 42-14 today.
Adios, you fucking skank.
Big top over Hawaii at home, laying the 12. That line went up from 10 to 12 too. So we're going with the ugly uniform Wyoming Cowboys. The uniforms are so ugly, I love them. They were some of my favorites.
It's like an ugly dog.
Yeah, that
right?
you love. That's the Wyoming Cowboys and their uniforms. You know what? I haven't touched this conference much this year, but I like this game. Western Kentucky in a game against Marshall, which to see who plays UTSA in the Conference USA Championship game. They're battling it out. The winner plays UTSA next week. Western Kentucky, to me, they're a 1-point underdog on the road at Marshall, but they're having a great season. And a lot of y'all don't know about their quarterback at Western Kentucky. He's throwing about 40 touchdowns. His name's Bailey Zapp. Western Kentucky. He's a baller.
That's a dope name.
He's a gunslinger too. They're playing at Marshall. I'm taking Western Kentucky and Bailey Zapp to win on the road, and they play UTSA next week. They'll play UTSA next week in the Conference USA Championship game, which I think is going to be a good game. Even if it's Marshall or Western Kentucky, it should be a good game. But I got Western Kentucky on the road today. I'm going with the road teams. It's a Road Warrior Saturday, baby.
What
Animal
a rush.
What a rush. Tell him, Paul.
Well,
little Road Warriors for you.
we gotta do like a wrestling podcast.
Classic
man.
80s, 90s.
Yeah, even AEW right now. The AEW
I
company
saw a little
is pretty
bit
dope.
I saw a little bit of that the other
Cody
night.
Rhodes and Tony Khan. They built that company
Oh, yeah?
from nothing, man.
Yeah.
And they got all the WWE talent who was just disgruntled. They fucking had beef with Triple H and the McMahons and all that.
And Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, a lot of them are jumping ship and going to AEW.
I know she's like the fucking handler behind the scenes.
Yeah, she's
right?
a
Stephanie
demon.
McMahon.
She's a demon, yo. I'm not a fan. I do love Vince McMahon though.
He's a OG.
He's a brilliant fucking businessman.
He is. I can't.
His wife's all in politics and shit. You know. But
all right, let's get back to these rivalries. I'm kind of overlooking how many fucking rivalries are going on today.
yeah, there's a ton of fucking games.
Yeah, so let's go into this Penn State Michigan State game. We got Penn State 5.5 points at Michigan State. Unless there's some injury I've not seen. I know Michigan State got blown out by Ohio State last week, but they're at home now against Penn State. Kenneth Walker's going to rule the day. I'm taking Michigan State plus 5.5 at home against Penn State. I don't see how that line came about unless somebody's hurt that I don't know about.
Could be snowing.
That's even better for Michigan State if it's snowing. Because then they'll run the ball with Kenneth Walker down, all game.
True.
Penn State don't really run the ball like that. I'm going with the disparity in that game. I'm taking the plus 180 and some other bets too. I like that money line if you want to get funky with it. My sons. Minnesota too. I'm messing with them money line plus 230 against Wisconsin today. That's another game I'm money line messing with. SMU 6.5 at home against Tulsa.
Frank White's in the building. What's up, brother?
What's up, Frankie Dub? We got Michigan. Give us a score, bro. Give us a score in the Michigan game, bro. We took Michigan. What's up, doggy?
So what were you saying?
Oh, yeah. Minnesota. I'm taking them to win outright over Wisconsin today. Yo, Ad-Rock, any way Notre Dame slides into this thing? Yeah, they're gonna need Alabama. Well, if Alabama or Ohio State, especially Alabama, if Alabama loses today, right, that's gonna knock them pretty much out, unless they beat Georgia, and I still think they might be out. But that'll mess things up. Like today, you're gonna need for Notre Dame to slip in. You're gonna need Cincinnati to lose to Houston maybe next week, which is possible. That's a great game, by the way. We're going to talk about that American Conference Championship game. Cincinnati could be one win away from the playoffs. 12-0 they finished yesterday. And by the way, Cincinnati finished the regular season 12-0.
Shit.
They're on their way. Because I got money on Cincinnati to win the chip, which is crazy. But I don't think they're going to do it. But if they're in the playoffs, we got a 25% chance. So that's, But Cincinnati finished off with a strong win against East Carolina, 35-13. They end up 12-0. Big shout to the Cats and Luke Fickell, their head coach.
Michigan's up 7-zip.
Michigan up 7-zip. I love it.
Thanks, Frankie.
I love it. They're going to win today, dog. I got Michigan money line today. Fam. Come on, baby. Talk about Michigan football. Tom Brady, Braylon Edwards, Anthony Thomas. Name some Michigan guys out here.
Braylon Edwards,
Chris Callaway. Let's talk about Michigan football out here, baby. Charles Woodson. You know what I'm saying? Mike Hart.
Woodson, he was on the Steelers, right?
He was on the Packers.
He was on the Packers.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking about on the Steelers?
Devin Bush. You're not thinking about Devin Bush. You're thinking about Rod Woodson.
Yes,
Rod Woodson
That's
from
what I
the
was thinking
Steelers.
of.
He actually went to Purdue, but he was a stud, Rod Woodson on the Steelers.
He was a goon.
Friggin' Devin Bush, Michigan. And we got Michigan today, man. Even if ND beats Cincy, they still not be in the playoffs. Yes, they would. If Notre Dame would have beat Cincinnati, they would have been in the playoffs. They'd be in the number 4 spot. They might even be number 3 because they're Notre Dame. If Notre Dame beats Cincinnati, they're definitely in the number 4 spot. If Notre Dame needs Cincy to lose, they need Georgia to beat Alabama too. That's another thing that could help them. And they also... What they also need, Notre Dame, is probably Oklahoma. The winner of the Oklahoma State game, y'all need to lose to Baylor next week in the conference championship game. That's what Notre Dame needs. Notre Dame needs the winner of the Oklahoma State game to then lose next week to Baylor in the conference championship game. That would help Notre Dame immensely, as well as the Cincinnati loss to Houston, Alabama lost to Auburn, or Alabama lost to Georgia next week. Also, you could also be helped out by Michigan, Ohio State losing next week to Iowa or Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game. So there's a lot of things that could happen to really help Notre Dame. Notre Dame's got to win today and just let teams lose around them. But they don't need everybody, but they might need 1 or 2. losses, and I could see Notre Dame sneaking in that in the playoffs. They're good. They're good, and they had a great regular season. They lost to Cincinnati. That's another thing that made Cincinnati's resume so good right now. Yeah, the Indiana, they got screwed. The quarterback got hurt, and they fell apart. But Notre Dame's 11-1. Their only loss is to Cincinnati this year.
That speaks volumes.
That speaks a lot about Cincinnati. And Cincinnati beat them by 10 points in their home stadium. And the O-line ain't been up to the usual. Oh, Chad Henne. Worst ND defense in a few years? I don't think so. Where's an ND defense been bad?
They're lit right now in Florida, son.
Yeah, it's under. I got the under.
You got the under?
Yeah, it's lit. What? Oh, okay. So let's get, you know what? Let's get back to these games. So I'm talking about Notre Dame. Kentucky, Louisville, in-state battle in Kentucky. I forgot what they call this game. We got to get the names of these games, bro. Where's that ESPN? There was an ESPN article that had the names of the games. Let me go to the homepage. They had it popping. Hold on. Where's the freaking? Here we go. Rivalry week. Road Field Storms. Right. Okay. Which of these traveling trophies will have a new home? Here we go. The Egg. The Paul Bunyan Axe today.
Oh, I thought you were joking with that.
Nah,
That's
homie.
actually the name of the game.
Oh, let's go to the Bedlam Bell. Oklahoma to Oklahoma State. Tough game. I like Oklahoma State to win. I think they're going to win by about what the spread says, 4.5. The over-under in that game. Florida State's out here getting it busy. What's the over-under in the Oklahoma State game? 49.5. It's pretty low. I'm gonna take Oklahoma State minus 4.5. I think they're gonna win. They could win by more than 4.5. I'm going with Oklahoma State because that's what I'm rocking with today. Period. Not room for the Sooners. my boy Mike Gundy, the coach at Oklahoma State. You love him, dude. He got his players got mad at him 2 years ago for having a One News Network T-shirt on.
Really?
Yeah, OAN. You know that news channel?
Yeah.
He was rocking an OAN shirt on a boat, and they got pissed at him, and he had to do all this, jump through hoops and all this woke shit. But he didn't back down.
I remember this.
That's
do remember
Oklahoma
this.
State coach. He did not back down, especially from his star running back, Chuba Hubbard. Still didn't back down.
He's a coach. He should back down to his fucking players.
Nah, they're super woke, but they're not really woke. They're like in a coma. That's how woke. The woke culture is really in a coma.
Yeah.
That's how funny it is, the whole woke thing. You're in a coma, dude.
The woke
You're not
thing is
woke.
conformity to a certain narrative.
Yeah, you're in a
That's just
coma.
fucking-
We got woke people in a coma.
Motherfuckers need to wake up.
I'm taking Kentucky over Louisville, +3.
No balls.
I'm just doing it. You know
do
what?
it.
I like Levis, the quarterback. Louisville's actually been playing much better. Actually, let me retrace that because I actually like Louisville's coach. I don't know. I'm going to leave that game for now. We're going to go with Pitt -12 at Syracuse. Pitt's at Syracuse. Kenny Pickett on the road. That's a rivalry game. Syracuse plays very well at home. So I don't know. Syracuse could play well today. I don't know. Okay, this is a game I definitely like. Forget those last two games. West Virginia to get bowl eligible -15 at Kansas. I think they go crazy at Kansas today and win by more than 15. Going with the Mountaineers on the road. They needed to be bowl eligible, -15. I'm going with West Virginia. I took SMU also over Tulsa, -6.5. It's Sonny Dykes' last game at SMU. I think they're going to go out with a bang, try to get 9 wins. I know Tulsa's playing for bowl eligibility, but I just think SMU's better. Their quarterback's better, and they're going to just win by a touchdown or better in that game. I said Oklahoma State. Here's an interesting game. Nevada at Colorado State. Colorado State is pretty tough. They gave up a lot of points last week. I'm going with over 57.5 this game. I think Colorado State's offense has been getting better. They've been putting up points. Nevada puts up points every week. I'm going over 57.5 in Nevada and Colorado State. BYU, USC, I'm going over 64.5. I just think that USC's not really playing defense now. They're going to try to score. BYU will score, and they'll score. So it'll be over 64.5 in that game. Clemson and South Carolina. I really want to take the Gamecocks, even though Clemson's been playing better. We love Will Shipley at running back. They got some receivers on the outside. That's a tough game. I'm going to go with South Carolina. Their crowd's been tremendous. I'm going to take the Gamecocks when I answer squads. I'm going to take them plus 11.5 over Clemson. I'm going with the Gamecocks.
A cock.
Plus 11.5. Let's see. Virginia Tech. I like over 63.5 in that game. I think there's going to be more points in the Battle of Virginia. Virginia Tech's been scoring lately. They're going to look to score today. But they got seniors, the quarterback, Armstrong and Kemp and Thompson on Virginia. They're going to put up numbers on VTech. VTech's going to score too. I'm going over in that game, 63.5 in that one. And then let's do one more game. Alabama-Auburn. Auburn at home. Auburn's been up and down this year. Alabama's looked good recently. The offense is potent. But Auburn's got speed on defense. They can run with Alabama, their offense. That's why Texas A&M to me was able to beat Alabama, because they have the overall athletic talent that recruiting-wise to kind of match Alabama. Auburn's in that same group right now with A&M where they can physically match Alabama's speed. Now, Alabama's got that receiver, Jamison Williams. He's tremendous. He's like a super talent, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like Randy Moss-ish. He's that good. So he's going to do good. But I think Auburn stays within 20.5. I think the defense is spirited. I think Smoke Monday is going to guard Jamison Williams. I think I like that matchup too.
Bring that smoke.
Yeah. You can smoke on Monday, but you can't drink Jameson's. So that's what that's going to be for Jamison Williams against Smoke Monday. I like Auburn plus 20.5. I think they'll run the ball against Alabama a little bit. I think Bo Nix will play one of his better games, hopefully, because if he doesn't, they'll get blown out. But I think Bo Nix will play well for Auburn's quarterback. I think Auburn, that's a sick rivalry game, and I think Auburn's going to play their ass off today, because I think they like the call. I think they're going to play their ass off against Alabama and keep it close. Low-scoring game, too. So I'll take Auburn and the points and under 57 in that game. So that's where I'm at with the picks, Overall thing for the day, rivalries, they're playing for axes. What did they play for in the Alabama-Auburn game? Let me check that out real quick. I forgot. I'm supposed to know these things off the top of my head. Right? Let's see.
Download all that information.
Where the hell was that?
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Here it is. Okay. So, the Platypus Trophy in the Civil War, Oregon versus Oregon State. Indiana and Purdue play for the Oak Bucket or whatever it's called, the Old Oaken Bucket. Indiana and Purdue play that in-state rivalry today. I like Purdue. I don't know. I like Purdue minus 15, but I don't know that they'll score in that game. That'll be an over game. That's usually an over game, Purdue and Indiana. So I'll go with that.
Fucking game.
Yeah, take the points. Take the over. I think there's going to be a lot of overs today. There's going to be some points put up on the board in these games today. Yeah.
Well, all the seniors want to get.
Yeah, you want to get it in. That means defense
important games.
Too. Yeah, important games. Some of these teams don't really have much to play for. So usually in those situations, the defenses kind of might slack a little bit. Teams want to score. I don't know. I just feel overs today. I think points in some of these games are going to be put up. Yeah. So that's who I'm liking today. So we're going with, we got to pick the early games. We took Rutgers over Maryland. We took Michigan over Ohio State in the points. My M money line, we took under in the Florida State game. We took the under in the the over in the Liberty Army game. I kind of liked Army 3.5, but I just picked the over in that game. And Boston College plus 6 against Wake Forest. I think we could see an upset today, and maybe NC State will face off against Pitt in the ACC championship game, because it's either going to be Pitt versus NC State or Pitt against Wake Forest. If Wake Forest wins, they're in. If they lose, NC State goes to the ACC championship game. So we'll see what happens there. Pitt is in.
All my money's on Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, they're in. So Pitt, and we also like Pitt today -12. At Syracuse, we like Wyoming -12 against Hawaii. We like Minnesota in the +7 against Wisconsin. We like Michigan State +5.5 against Penn State. We like Oregon State +7 against Oregon. What else? We took the over in the USC BYU game, 64.5. We took the over in the, let me see, I'm trying to remember this all off the top. We took Western Kentucky.
Everything just went black.
Did it?
Yeah, something happened.
Okay. Wow. This white cord.
Oh, shit.
What does that plug into? Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. No, we're still on.
We're still on, right?
We just don't have audio.
It'll come back, right?
Yeah.
There we go. We're back.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Check. Check.
We're back. A brownout just now in the neighborhood. 5-minute brownout.
Game's on fire.
That's the grid. That's how hot the games are. The grid's going down. They're taking the grid out. So when they, I just want to know, when they take the grid out, is it going to be the Chinese or the Russians they're going to blame?
They'll blame the fucking. They'll blame COVID.
Oh yeah. Okay. So over in the Virginia game, 63.5. SMU over Tulsa -6.5. We went West Virginia -15 over Kansas. I also like LSU +6 over Texas A&M in that game. I like LSU and Eddie O's last game probably at LSU. I think they're going to go hard at home. I think the place is going to be pumped up. Texas A&M's offense is, we don't ever know if they're going to play good or not. I don't know. I think LSU has a lot of the intangibles for this game. I'm going with the LSU Tigers. Go Tigers.
Fucking Tigers.
+6. Flipping through Oklahoma State over Oklahoma in Bedlam. Because that's I always pick. Well, no, I don't always, but I like Oklahoma State a lot this year. Another team I picked to go to the playoffs. So I'm a big Mike Gundy fan. I'm always looking to pick his teams, and that defense is really good this year. It's the best defense that Oklahoma State's had ever under Mike Gundy. And then with offense, he's always going to come up with some offense. Spencer Sanders is a dangerous quarterback. He hasn't played that great this year, but he's dangerous. Like, he can get hot and put up big numbers. With that defense, Oklahoma State is a very dangerous team, especially if they make the playoffs. I think they're more dangerous than Cincinnati in the playoffs. I think Oklahoma State could win the whole thing. I really do. A lot of people don't. I really think Oklahoma State could win the national championship this year. And I think people are sleeping on that. That team is good. They got speed on defense, smart. They got players on offense. They can beat anybody. They're a good football team, Oklahoma State. I'm impressed with them, especially on the defensive side. They've been playing really well. So I like Okie State today as well. There's a couple other games like Cal and UCLA tonight. I like Cal to cover against UCLA. Cal's getting 6.5. I think Cal cover. I don't know who will win. UCLA probably will win, but I think Cal covers that game. I think they, UCLA had their big emotion game last week with USC. They might be a little flat against Cal today. I say Cal comes in against UCLA and covers the 6.5. You know what? Oh, Navy's a big favorite at Temple. It's a disgusting game. Oh, Texas Tech Baylor? I'm not messing with that game.
Stupid fucking game.
Yeah, this is. That's it, yo.
Well, let's enjoy some football today.
Yeah.
Eat some leftover stuffing
Yeah,
and
let's eat
fucking
some of that,
turkey.
bro. Let's eat some
I
of
got
that.
a whole plate of. I got turkey
right?
for fucking days.
Let's do that. I'm starving right now.
Make some turkey
I'm all-
sandwiches.
Yeah, I just want to eat turkey and stuffing. I don't even want no bread.
Well,
Shit.
Bread's in the stuffing.
Okay. You said sandwiches. Okay.
It's almost time for turkey sandwiches.
And then boxing tonight. So
Tiafimo. I got Tiafimo. I'm on
you got Tiafimo,
the
right?
hometown
Brooklyn.
hero. Let's
Yeah,
go.
Brooklyn tonight. Tiafimo. Like, I'll never be mad if Tiafimo wins because he's repping Brooklyn. So but I just like Kambosos. The whole fight to me, it's a good angle right now. Plus 700 Kambosos. To me, that's value in that.
There is.
Yes.
No, there definitely is.
There's value in
if you
that.
look at if you look at it from a betting perspective.
Yeah, there's value. And even to me, Figueroa is the plus 300 against Fulton tonight. There's value in that. I think Figueroa is tough to beat. You got, he comes to fight. Straightforward. He's coming like right at you. And Fulton, Fulton's going to have to move a lot. It depends on who can kind of impose their will in this fight because it's two totally different styles. But I like Figueroa. I just think he's relentless. I'll always be okay going with a relentless fighter like him.
Yeah.
I like to come. I'm more engaged towards pressure fighters. Fulton can hit though, and he's fast, and he's just a good, talented fighter. Stephen Fulton. I think they're both underrated. I think this might be the most underrated fight of the whole year. I've been talking about this fight for weeks now.
Yeah.
He knows that. I'm looking forward to this fight. It's a good ass fight tonight. So I'm going with the two dogs.
Well, speaking of which, since we're talking about boxing, who do you think's next for Bud Crawford? Because Errol don't want none of that smoke.
I
kid.
know.
You don't want that.
Like it's so.
You saw how dry he looked at the end of that fight. Yo, if you had to look up in the
Salty
dictionary
or
what
dry?
dry looks like, Errol Spence's face when Bud knocked out Porter
Dried
was,
it out.
yo, he looked so dry.
And they tried to pull some. Kenny Porter stopped the fight too.
Oh, fuck out of here. He was done. He was done during training camp. That's why I said he was going to retire.
You called it. That's
said-
unbelievable.
Look,
He said before the fight, Anthony, my guy right here, that Porter's going to win. You said Porter was going to win, but because you said because he was going to retire after the fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, retire? I was like, wow, that's a big call.
The reason I said that because before the fight I watched hours of just preview shit about the training camp. What I was looking at what Bud was doing in his camp. I looked at what Sean was doing with his father, and I saw his father was looking at him like he wasn't working hard enough. They kept showing clips of that, like, yo, you ain't doing what I'm telling you, blah 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 blah. Then I also see that he had like 270 amateur fights. This guy, and then he's got a broadcasting job.
Yeah,
he's in the booth now.
Yeah, he's in the
and he's
booth,
got
and
a
he's got a
podcast.
podcast.
So I'm like, dude, he's getting out.
Wow.
I
Good
just saw it.
call.
I saw
that was
it.
a great call. I didn't hear anyone say anything about Sean Porter retiring after this fight. Because his style is like he's a dog. He fights everybody.
He's a good
But that's another thing, too. He's fought everybody now.
Exactly.
So it made sense. Now at the after fight, he's like retired right after the fight.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. Like he knew he was going to do that.
Yeah, I
regardless.
also, listen, I thought he was going to win on the card because they were just going to fuck Bud.
And they were. You were right about it.
Yeah.
They were. Aram had the
I don't-
you could tell by the broadcast, by the way,
Yeah.
Andre Ward and
They were capping. They were straight capping for him.
for Porter. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then if you notice at the end of the 9th round, Bud was in his corner and somebody was talking to him and telling him that he was down, which I didn't think was the case. And Bud was like, oh yeah, I'm down.
He knocked him out
and he
after
came back
that.
in the next round and knocked this fool
Yeah.
out.
Seriously.
Stop this dude. Like he put him on his ass, boom, like within 40 seconds in the 10th round, Porter was on the ground.
Yep.
I was like, wow. Bud just turned up just like that.
He said, what?
turned
I'm
up.
down?
I'm
I got to
down?
knock him out? Bang!
Turned up.
That was it.
He's the best guy at welterweight. He probably wipes out 154 too. If you want to, I want to get. I'll take Bud over Jamel Charlo or Castano.
I agree
Either
with you
one
on
of them,
that.
yeah.
I like Bud Crawford. I've been liking Bud Crawford.
Yeah.
Ever since you put me on to him, like a year or 2 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe, we were talking about
Yeah.
Bud. We watched one of his early fights.
Yeah, when he went undisputed.
Yeah.
But again, yeah, I mean, Bud's next fight. I think he's got options now. First of all, he's a free agent. He's got options. Josh Taylor wants to come up and fight him for the undisputed champ from 140. So 140 was ill. It went from Bud being undisputed to Josh Taylor being undisputed. Josh Taylor wants to fight Bud. Virgil Ortiz, your boy,
That's my
wants
dude.
to fight Bud.
I want to see that.
Now I don't even want to see that because I'll be scared for Bud of that dude. Because I'm scared of that Virgil Ortiz. I think Virgil Ortiz might beat him. That's how
That would be
ill
a
he
great
is.
fight. That's the fight I want to see right there.
So
Virgil Ortiz got that snarl when he punches,
and
man.
he hits hard.
Yeah, he's a force to
He's
be
a
reckoned with. That
technician
guy.
too. He knows what he's doing in there. He's tough too. He's one of those dudes. When you hit him hard, he gets meaner.
Yep.
There's not everyone's like that in the ring. Not especially, and most guys aren't. Like some guy, there's certain those elite guys. They get meaner when you hit them hard, and like Bud, Virgil, Usyk. I seen it in those guys that in Fury, they get meaner if you hit them hard and you start they get mad. They get
that.
They don't back down. Some guys like get all shaky. They stop throwing their hands. These guys get pissed off and they throw their hands.
I love those kind of fucking moments in those fights, man.
Yeah, Bud is like that and Virgil's like that. That's a scary
Bud
fight.
was like, "Word, I'm down. All right, let's go home.
Yeah, it's time to go home.
Get him out of there.
Warm up the bus driver. Tell the bus driver warm the bus up.
Warm it up." But yo, let's we've been at this for almost an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm starving.
Yeah, let's go eat,
go
bro.
eat.
We get back at it later on. Peace, y'all.
Yo, till next time.
Peace. Yeah, you're right, bro.